What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a look at some more great Mavericks. You see, the other day I did a video about great Mavericks in Keyforge. Now, a Maverick, for those of you that don't know, is a card that turns up in the wrong house. So if we take my boy Snufflegazer as an example, it is an untamed card. Back in Call of the Archons, it would often turn up as an untamed card. But Snufflegazer could actually come in any of the 7 houses. Admittedly, the other 6 rarely, but it could. And if you got a Snufflegazer Maverick, by the way, pop a link in the comment section. I want to see your deck. Or give me the name of your deck if it won't let you post a link. Sounds like fun. It'll be a Maverick in any other house other than Untamed. But I've had a whole bunch of other really nice examples, so I thought, you know what? Why just share a couple of examples with you when we can talk about a whole bunch more? So let's do it, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Now, these are all pasted over on the Facebook group, and I will try and give credit where credit is due. So, Jeffrey Punsk has got a Lady Maxena in Brobnar. Let's have a chat about that, shall we? So, Lady Maxena is supposed to be a Sanctum card. 5 power, 2 armor creature, and it's got a play ability that stuns a creature, and an action that returns Lady Maxena to its owner's hand. So really what you want to do with Lady Maxena, what the goal should be, is just continually play it down to stun other creatures. That's what it does so well. Now, the thing is, having it in Brobnar, meh. Having it in Brobnar with War Drummer, oh my goodness, that makes a pretty big difference. You see, War Drummer is a 3 power creature with a play ability, return each other friendly Brobnar creature to your hand. So now you're essentially playing it twice in one go. You play down Lady Maxena, stun a creature, then you play War Drummer to pick up all of your creatures, your Brobnar creatures, and then you play it down again to stun another creature. And what's really cool about Lady Maxena is that it stuns anything. There's no restrictions, no it must be this power or this house or blah blah blah. You can just go and stun any 2 creatures. Plus it's then a 5 power 2 armor creature, which not too bad. I mean, in the same deck, there's a copy of War Song for the remainder of the turn. Gain 1 amber each time a friendly creature fights. Except now you've got Lady Maxena in there. 5 power, 2 armor. That's one you probably don't mind fighting with all that much. You've also got the War Chest. Gain 1 amber for each enemy creature that was destroyed in a fight this turn. Again, you're a 5 power, 2 armor creature. You're probably going to be destroying a few creatures here and there. And as a quick side note here, this deck has 2 copies of Bumpsy, which is fantastic, because when you play it, your opponent loses an amber. With War Drummer, pretty good. To go back to Lady Maxena, it works beautifully in this deck, partly because of War Drummer, but partly because Brobnar is a house that likes to fight. There are a couple cards in this particular deck that really reward you for fighting, and when it comes to fighting, Lady Maxena's got your back, ladies and gentlemen. Lady Maxena's got your back. Also, really fun side note, this deck actually has 2 Mavericks. It also has a Maverick Noddy the Thief, which does not work quite so well in the deck, but it's still pretty awesome that it's in there. Now, another great example that we got, another one that I like very much indeed, is the wonderfully named, this is literally the name of the deck, Warrior Punch. The deck is just called Warrior Punch. It's about the best named deck I might have ever seen. It's a phenomenal one. Now, this came from the lovely Brett Pendragon, who I know, he wanted to be featured in one of the previous videos we did like this. Well, now we have been. So, what's the Maverick? It's Cleansing Wave. Now, Cleansing Wave is again a Sanctum card. Yeah, going for a bunch of Sanctum Mavericks apparently. And what Cleansing Wave does is you heal 1 damage from each creature, and you gain 1 damage for each creature healed in this way. So what you really want to do is get a whole bunch of damage on the field on both your creatures and your opponent's creatures, then play yourself a lovely Cleansing Wave, and just gain a whole bunch of amber. Well, good news! This happens to come around in a deck with Ammonia Clouds, which is an action card, and when you play it, you deal 3 damage to each creature. free to all of yours, free to all of your opponents. Now, every creature that is not KO'd or destroyed using ammonia clouds will then be on the field with some damage on. If you had to wait till your Sanctum turn, your opponent might knock out some creatures of yours, heal some creatures of theirs, etc. That would be a bad thing. Here, all you need to do is just play Ammonia Clouds, then Cleansing Wave right away. It's in Mars, you don't have to wait to play it. And as a side note, right, that's what makes a lot of these Mavericks great. A lot of these combos you could have in decks. You could have an Ammonia Clouds Cleansing Wave combo, and it's probably out there in hundreds of decks. That's not what's exciting here. What's exciting is the fact that you've got it in the same house, so you can play those cards literally one after another, which means your opponent does not have time to react to what you're doing. That's what makes this so gosh darn beautiful. So essentially, you gain Amber equal to the number of creatures 4 power or above on the field, yours and your opponents. You destroy anyone that's under 3 power, anyone else stays there with damage on, you play Cleansing Wave, you get a whole bunch of Amber. Sounds like fun. What is actually really nice about this deck, now it's got 16 creatures in, only 2 of the creatures in your deck will actually get destroyed by Ammonia Wave. You've got a Vesemir Think Drone, which is a 3 power creature, that unfortunately will not last. And there is a single copy here of Bat Drone, Bat Drone, which as a 2 power creature will not survive. But that's only 2 of your creatures. And this is a great combo because either you're knocking out your opponent's creatures or you're gaining Amber if they don't get KO'd, 1 Amber for each one not KO'd, and you've got the beauty here of having the vast majority of your creatures not being KO'd by Ammonia Clouds. Yeah, sure, there's a bunch of creatures that won't like taking the damage. You know, your Novo Archaeologist, it's a 4 power creature, it's going to survive with 1 power. But you will heal it from 1, so it's not all bad. What I also really like, in addition to Novo Archaeologist, you've also got 3 copies of Lab Work in this deck, which gives you an Amber bonus and lets you archive a card, making it more likely you're actually going to be able to have this combo sitting in your archives, ready to drop it as and when you want. And one more example I really want to bring you here comes from Cody Guernsey. It is Elder Greekolvi, the Guarded Overseer. I shall try and remember to link these decks in the description. I make no promises. So what we have here, the Maverick in question, is a Maverick Chota Hazri. Now, Chota Hazri is a good Maverick because it's a great card. And that's the thing to remember here. We're talking about specifically fun Mavericks that work in particular decks. I want to bring you actual examples of here is a Maverick in a specific deck, here's what's good. The fact of the matter is, some cards will always be great Mavericks. Library Access is a phenomenal card, it will always be a good Maverick. Too Much to Protect is a phenomenal card, it will always be a good Maverick. I'm trying to show you examples of cards that work really well in specific decks. Okay, so what we've got here is Chota Hazri coming up in logos. For those that don't know or may have forgotten, Chota Hazri is a 3 power 0 armor creature. When you play it, you lose an Amber, but then it allows you to forge a key at current cost. So in reality, it lets you forge a key for 7 Amber, which is good. We like this. This is a nice thing to do. But there is a particular combo that Cody has shown us here, which is pretty gosh darned awesome. It's Hecatomb. Hecatomb, now I've won games with Hecatomb, I've got decks with Hecatomb, I've won games with Hecatomb, I love me some Hecatomb. Gives you an Amber bonus, and you destroy each disc creature, each player gaining 1 Amber for each creature they control that was destroyed in this way. And this Logos deck has a phase shift in. Incidentally, it's also got Library Access, so Library Access should give you 1 turn. Remember, it's been errata, so it purges itself. But Library Access should give you 1 turn of drawing lots and lots of cards and being super consistent. Then you drop the phase shift, drop the Hecatomb, destroy all the disc creatures. Hopefully you've got a bunch on the field. If you're interested, this deck is 50% creatures in the disc suite, i.e. there are 6 in there. And then you drop Chota Hazri. And the reason this is such a good Maverick here is because you can't do it all. Now, I suppose there are probably some decks out there that have Library Access, double phase shift Hecatomb and Chota Hazri. But remember, getting the phase shift with the correct card at the same time is moderately difficult at the best of times. Having to pull it off twice, even with library access, especially post-errata, is extremely difficult to do. Having this as a Maverick means that you do not need to worry your pretty little head about it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, 3 more examples of really good Mavericks, as always, well, not as always, but as has been the case here, in the specific decks. So this isn't some thought exercise, it is in fact a very specific, this is an actual deck where you can see this happening. But I'd like to see what you think about these, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to know which of these you like. I'd like to know your opinions on them. And, of course, I would be rather interested to see any great or terrible Mavericks that you have in your decks. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk Keyforge and, frankly, any other games that take your fancy. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some weekly bonus podcasts, some of which are live now, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.